to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Bengals coming in at 5-6, going up against the Steelers, who come in at 7-4. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. First carry now. This is Hill. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Okay, we get a glance now at the starting lineup offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Tyler Boyd out of Pitt, one of my favorite receivers in the 2016 draft. The only thing he didn't have, long speed. Really runs about the mid 4.5, maybe a 4.6 guy, but smart, understands the passing game very well, and does.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Set 380. Zero.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And the grab by Croft. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you execute a drag or a crossing around really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Shift together here from the D-line. The play fake to Hill. Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And Antonio Brown yet to get back on his feet. Apparently shaking up that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now the offense facing a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Cooper's got it. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On second down, Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Zebra! Zebra! Blue team! Ace! Zebra! Zebra! Dagger! Dagger! Zebra! Zebra!
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
First and 10 for Dalton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down. Dalton with a give to Hill. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. It's second down. Dalton looking. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they're operating in the red zone. Dalton gives to Bernard. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Second down, Dalton. Can't find anyone open. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Sammy Coates has it complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Malcolm Mitchell out of the University of Georgia was the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Second down following the incompletion. Passing again. Dalton on second and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
So Dalton now. And this is going to be incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it brings up fourth down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, Roethlisberger trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. And he knocks it through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Dalton, first and 10. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Here's Bernard. play there, second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Zebra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Zebra. Dagger. Ace.
2nd down, Dalton. Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton surveying the field. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw here's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Roethlisberger from his end zone on 3rd and long. And he comes back with one complete. And now the rookie's free. 30, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. dangerous wide receiver. 98 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He completes it to Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Halfback sent in motion.
380. Zebra, 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 zebra.
First and 10 for Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. You give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Dagger, dagger. Ready, 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Seven yards to go on second down.
Ready, wide, 20. Wide.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Zebra, zebra. Ready.
Another look for Dalton on second and 10. He's got time. That is caught inside the 5. And they do stop it, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. do finally get him at the 12. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 54 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Zebra! Zebra!
Now a carry for Bernard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. But enough for a Pittsburgh first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
And And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Second down now after the pass completion. Then to throw again. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Amari Cooper, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So 2nd and 10 here. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Final minute now of the third quarter. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. Over the middle here to Coates. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Green, 39! Green! Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 24-yard touchdown. And this Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Second down, Dalton. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw here. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Dalton once more. Looking deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. On the screen, Bernard. And he'll go down at the 28. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. And it'll be Dalton again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now Bernard. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Now, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation,
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Corey Graham brings him down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Roethlisberger from his end zone on 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
From that spot on the field, the tendency is to play it safe, run the football, make sure you don't have any errors. But sometimes you want to break tendency, and you take a big shot downfield, hoping to catch the defenders a little bit unaware. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it completed on that play.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Bang! Wide 20. Zebra! 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 Set!
They go back to the air here after the INT. Finding time. Now he'll escape to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bengals a 1st down. Red zone opportunity. They'll run it here with Bernard. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So Dalton now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. He finds some open field here. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Pittsburgh 1st.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And some space here. Sheds a 2nd man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
This is a crew that came into the year saying we're going to win 10 games. They really thought they were going to.